Weather-wise out there for us here this morning, the clear skies, 67 degrees, taking you on out to DBU. Good-looking morning out there for us once again. So we'll have the clear skies, comfortable temperatures, even down in the upper 50s in a few places around the Metroplex here this morning. Heading out to Mesquite, you're at 63. McKinney, 62 right now, but still 57. Heading out to Salina, Greenville as well at 57 this morning, and along with Benbrook and 55 getting out to Bridgeport. So you're back up a degree now. So we're starting to warm up though, but it has been nice, cool and comfortable around most locations here this morning. Now those highs will be back into the upper 80s as we go through the day today. As we're looking at around 87 to 88, Dallas over to Fort Worth, maybe a couple of degrees warmer in our western counties here later today. So still well above average with 79, the normal high for today. So we'll see that front working its way in over the weekend that we've been talking about. And as it does, it will bring at least a slight chance for some thunderstorms to North Texas. Coverage right now still looks pretty low, 20, maybe 30% across parts of the area here. The better chances will be off to our north and east as we head into Saturday afternoon, but just stay tuned as we continue to work on the forecast. It'll change some between now and Saturday, but we will have at least that chance for some thunderstorms. The front will be moving through and we will have some cooler air spilling in behind it. Not a big dramatic cool down, not as cool as we would like, but I think it will make for a very pleasant Sunday afternoon for us. And even a Saturday night going into Sunday morning. Now we do have that slight risk for some strong and severe thunderstorms right now, level 2, heading out toward Arkansas there. A large part of Arkansas included in that. That stretches on up into portions of Missouri as well. So if you had some travel plans for the weekend, just keep that in mind with that slight risk for those severe storms. So all that should be east of Dallas and Fort Worth, maybe out toward Paris and Clarksville, Sulphur Springs, on into East Texas there. We'll have at least a chance for some strong severe storms with the hail and wind being the main concerns with the storm threat as we head into Saturday afternoon and evening. Now the temperatures, they will stay very warm, upper 80s, maybe even hitting 90 Saturday before the front moves in. So we're still going to be well above normal. And even on Sunday, we cool down some, but still above average. That normal high by Sunday is 77 degrees, but we're going to be several degrees above that still. And the cool down on Sunday will be a brief one as we look at the extended forecast taking us into next week. We'll still see those temperatures right back into the upper 80s with those strong south winds on Monday. But then as we head toward the middle of the week, we'll start to see temperatures coming down once again as we'll have another chance for some showers and thunderstorms by the middle of the week. We're going with about a 20% coverage right now. And again, this will change as well, but it does look like we'll have more cool air moving in with those daytime highs by the end of next week, going into the following weekend in the mid 70s.
It's nice and warm for today. Tomorrow, we'll see the return of humidity. That continues into Friday, and then rain chances to talk about as well. Live look outside, beautiful shot of our sun rising. Galveston 71 degrees right now. IAH is sitting at 63. A couple of us still in the upper 50s though. Tomball 58, Conroe 57. Hourly forecast about as nice as can be. Clear skies again for this afternoon. High temperatures just shy of the 90-degree marker. It's right around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. Notice humidity starts climbing. It's not too bad tomorrow. In the 60s by Friday, it starts getting tropical. We kind of stay in that territory through the weekend until the front passes through here. And then we see a nice drop in humidity by the start of the coming week. Now, humidity is, I know, not the best for, good hair days and just overall it being fall, but it's actually good for suppressing fire danger. Today, the risk is pretty high for Harris County, Montgomery, into Walker, even pushing south of the I-10 corridor. Just along the immediate coastline and in this pocket in Liberty, it's moderate, and in Cleveland, it's actually very high. So we want humidity and we certainly want some rain. So here are the rain chances that are in the forecast. 20% for tomorrow, 30% for Friday afternoon, and then Saturday evening into Sunday, we've got another little burst of moisture moving through here. So it'll change up the forecast pretty significantly. 63 right now is a 1-degree drop from yesterday. You notice the dew points right now are in the 50s, which means it is comfortable. So that's going to change as we start working in some of that moisture. There it is for our Thursday. Cloud cover across the area, maybe a few sprinkles as well. And then Friday, we've got some showers working in the North Freeway along the I-10 corridor and even towards the coastline. So just know weekend plans are going to require an umbrella, but the majority of the energy from this front is lifting to the north and east. That's where you see the bright spots of yellow, orange, and red. So Chicago through St. Louis, even through Louisiana. But for us, we just get clipped by the tail end of that front, which, by the way, even extends all the way to the east coast by by early Monday in case you had any work travel plans that take you in that direction. We want the rain because the drought monitor is starting to show some worsening conditions. The yellow is just abnormally dry, so it's just the step before actually entering the drought. Moderate drought, that's level 1. So that's in Huntsville, Cleveland to Liberty into the spring area for western cities and counties as well. We get a brand new update tomorrow, and I suspect we're going to see some shifts, not for the better because we haven't seen rain just yet. In the tropics, though, things are looking pretty good. Tropical storm Lorenzo still at 40 miles an hour, and it's not going to do much more. So by the overnight hours, it fizzles out, and we are nice and clear. 7-day forecast looks like this. So we talked about those incoming rain chances. Are they going to drop temperatures? Not all that significantly. You'll notice highs are going to be either upper 80s to low 90s. Even the overnight temperatures are going to start to get a little bit warmer. The cloud cover traps the heat in the afternoon, and we don't cool off as much.
Halloween, what can you expect for Halloween? Well, I tell you, temperatures usually are mild, but sometimes they can be really warm. Sometimes they can be really chilly. Last year, high was 90. The coldest we've seen is 27, set back in 1993, and the wettest was in 1896. We picked up over an inch, almost 2 inches of rain that year. And I bet you didn't know this, about one out of every 4 Halloweens is on the wet side. All right, ozone action day for today. It's KIII 5 weather alert day. We're gonna have a buildup of ozone. We're gonna have lots of sunshine, cars on the road. And here's the key, winds will be light. And when those winds are light, that helps that ozone to build up. So if you're sensitive to the air quality, limit your time outdoors. We've got clear skies outside right now. Beautiful morning, 66. That'll be our low. Actually, the low was 65. So right around 66, 65 low temperature. Record low 42, record high 95. Set back a long time ago, back in 1931. This evening, if you have anything planned, we'll have clear skies. Temperatures mainly in the 80s, should be really nice. It's in the 50s up in the hill country, portions of the hill country. Del Rio's in the mid 70s, 75, and we're in the mid 60s. Highs today, close to 90. Look at this, just really warm across the southern portions of the country. I want you to make a mental note of where the warmth is. I'm going to show you a map here in just a second. Temperatures across the northern plains in the 40s and 50s for highs. That's where fall is, in case you're wondering. Notice the upper level ridge of high pressure. The surface temperatures are basically mimicking the upper level ridge of high pressure, and it does not want to give up, but it will. What I think is going to happen is it'll weaken, move to the east, and we'll have more cloud cover Thursday and Friday. No rain, unfortunately, but more clouds. And then we'll have the systems just too far to the north to help us out. East Texas, Louisiana, they'll have a chance for some showers and storms on Saturday. Not for us. And then the ridge builds right back in for early next week, which we don't want to happen, but it looks like that's going to happen. And then we'll have another system that'll come in. This is not going to be a blockbuster frontal boundary or really change things drastically, but I think they'll send them kind of closer to where we should be for this time of the year. I'll show you the 14-day. Lorenzo, really weak tropical storm, will continue to move off to the north and east. All right, high temperatures today, right around 90 with lots of sunshine tomorrow. Clouds in the morning, partly cloudy skies for your Thursday, and I think Friday is going to be very similar. Pollen count, mold's light, ragweed is light. Here's your 14-day forecast. Low temperatures, mid-60s, highs in the upper 80s for Thursday and Friday. Partly cloudy skies, a really warm day on Saturday. Cold front comes in and lots of sunshine for Sunday. Sunday looks good, and as we head into the early part of next week, more of the same. And then a front comes in, maybe a weak Pacific front on the 22nd, 23rd, and then 23rd, 24th, maybe a more cooler front. But I think the net result is going to be temperatures in the 80s as opposed to upper 80s to near 90. So a little bit of a difference as we get closer to the 25th and 26th.
We continue with what's going to be a very hot forecast for the next several days. We've got what's going to be 90s in the forecast for those afternoon highs, so we get to enjoy these cool and comfortable starts to the day. Clear sky outside, pleasant mornings, hot afternoons. We do have a weak front on the way. This is set to push through as we head into what will be around Saturday night and then potentially what actually could be a stronger system moving through as we head into the later portion of next week. Of course, I'll be talking about that in just a bit, but let's get to our first front that we're going to be keeping our eye on here as we head into the weekend. This is currently out towards parts of Nevada and California. Low pressure system swirling across those parts will continue to drag that front off from the west to east as we head into this weekend and bring us what will be, unfortunately, no rain, but a little bit of a cool down behind it. Main difference from this particular front will be a drop in humidity that we'll feel as we head into especially Sunday. Notice that humidity slowly on the rise as we head into the end of this week, and then we've got a drastic drop in that as we head into what will be Sunday, Monday into Tuesday of next week. So it's going to be kind of that nice dry feeling air with about a 4 or 5 degree cool down from this first front. Notice though we've got another couple dips in temperatures on the way. It does look like we'll have another second and weak front move through sometime in the Tuesday to Wednesday time frame. Will knock temperatures down by a few degrees. The stronger system looks like it'll be coming later on in the week. So Thursday, Friday, we have what's going to be potentially a bigger drop in temperatures, along with finally a decent chance for some rain. So let's take a look at some of those fronts. Again, the first one moves through this weekend. Second one potential to be Tuesday into Wednesday. Notice with this one, unfortunately, not looking like it's going to bring us much rain. It's the third one that I think will be looking at that better potential of seeing some needed showers across the area. And it's behind this that I think a decent taste of fall could be on the way. Now, this is still something that's about 9-10 days out. So what we'll have to watch out for is some changes in the trends in our forecast models, both the European and the American model, both showing though, and kind of latching on to the fact that we could see this more significant rain producer finally across the area. American model a little bit earlier with that, coming in on Thursday. European model has it more during the Friday time frame. So again, the timing is something we're going to be nailing down as we get more and more data in with every passing day here. What we do know is that we have a decent chance of, again, some needed rain and a more substantial cool down. Or how cool? We're talking highs potentially into the 70s and lower 80s. A high amount of uncertainty exists though because this is still ways away when it comes to the strength of this, how much will be cooling down, how much rain, of course, even the timing of this system. So we'll just be watching for that. Make sure you're staying tuned to the forecast each and every day. Of course, we'll bring you updates every day right here on KVUE Daybreak Plus. Out the door right now, clear sky. Temperatures in the low to middle 60s. We'll continue to watch for a sunny sky today. Winds out of the northeast bringing in that drier air that we will feel. 91 for a high temperature, cool overnight with temperatures cooling to 63 degrees. Clouds on the increase as we head into your Thursday. Quick check-in on the tropics. Tropical storm Lorenzo is a dying tropical system, 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm, and that will continue to work its way off towards the north and east. Will not be a threat to the United States. We're going to be watching for this general area in the Caribbean as we head into the October 22nd to 28th time frame. But for right now, elsewhere we are quiet across the tropics. 7-day forecast. Quiet here locally too. Formula One weekend. Saturday is going to be hot and humid with the high of 94 degrees.
We have calm winds. You can see our flags blowing over there, but nonetheless, it's going to be a gorgeous day of weather. Obviously, lots of sunshine will continue throughout the day. It almost looks like it's getting brighter the more I talk. Nonetheless, it's going to be a gorgeous day of weather across central Texas. 63 degrees right now. Those winds pretty calm and out of the north. So off to a pretty consistent start, as we have been these past couple of days. Sunny skies will continue. We break into those upper 70s as we get into your lunchtime hour, upper 80s as we near later on today. So it's likely some areas may top out once again in the low 90s. Coverage will be minimal because we do have that influence of those winds out of the northeast trying to bring some drier conditions into our atmosphere. That also means those dew point values are slightly cooler in the 50s. When that cold front comes into the weekend, it's going to try to drop those dew point values into the mid 40s. So not the air temperature, dew point value. That's what we use to measure moisture. That's what's going to be changing, because you can see behind that front, look at all that dry air that's on the way into the state. Ahead of it though, we have a low in rain chance. That's what we have moisture indicating, this yellow orange contour. That's what's going to be before that front, but even then, it's minimal. Many of us will stay dry. Many of us will not see any rain or see anything. You can see dry conditions continue to filter through the region through even Monday and Tuesday. Futurecast today, we get a little bit of rain, try to sneak in here into Friday afternoon. I do think most of that rain stays out of our viewing area. We have a better chance of cashing in on some rain as we get into Saturday. Nonetheless, any rain we see will be minimal, only estimating at about 1/10 of an inch quarter of an inch, it's going to be just sad. We're not seeing any great measurable amounts of rain now, nor within the next 7 days. So it is likely that the drought monitor does worsen as we get that new update into tomorrow. It updates every week on Thursday. So as we get into tomorrow, we'll take a look at those updates. But this is as of last Thursday. Since we haven't gotten any substantial rain, drought conditions are continuing to worsen across central Texas. Afternoon highs today, upper 80s, low 90s, a warm day is ahead. We're going to take another look to monitor and to observe this gorgeous sunrise. Like you said, Micah, the battle versus of the sunrises, I think mine took the cake. It doesn't get any better than that over at our KIII Regional Airport Cam. Look at your 7-day temps. Sunny skies continue, so it's likely these mornings of gorgeous sunrises will last.
Halloween is 16 days away. Can you believe it? We're already almost halfway through October, and we've already recorded 12 days at or above 90 degrees this year. We're on track to possibly tie or break the record set back in 2024 when we had 20 days at or above 90 degrees. So in our current 7-day forecast, we have 89 in the forecast for tomorrow. So it's a close call. We could easily be adding 6 to 7 more days, and the extended outlook that we're going to take a look at continues to have some high heat in the forecast. So horrifying heat, your Halloween climatology. Do you remember last year? We made it up to 91 degrees last year. So let me go back. Hold on. I'm getting too excited. So as we go outside with Frankenstein's monster, he reminds us that we've only had 7 of the last 138 years, specifically on Halloween, hitting a high at or above 90 degrees. And those years are listed here. 2024 was one of those. It was 91 degrees last year. Do you remember that? Whew, that's a hot Halloween, let me tell you what. But we do have the next 6 to 10 days above normal temperatures are likely. So if we get 10 more days in the 90s, we'll have 22 days at or above 90 this year, and we'll easily break the record. So it'll be a close call, but what I want to point out is we're still expecting above normal heat even as we head into the end of October. There's not a huge cool down on the way for South Texas, not anytime soon. It does, our chance of above normal heat does lower a bit. We're 50% instead of nearly 90%, 80, 90%, but regardless, be ready for heat, especially today. On this Wednesday, it is 90 degrees with lots of sunshine. We're going to see blue skies because we've got high pressure dominating. Our airflow is down and out with high pressure. That creates sinking air, which limits rain. You need rising air to form clouds and rainfall, and we just don't really have that in the forecast. Now, I will say there is some energy which leads to some rising air as we head into tonight and tomorrow morning. That's one ingredient for rainfall. Another ingredient we need is moisture, and where there's going to be more moisture is this area I've circled here. So it looks like rainfall will be more likely from Houston to Louisiana and then into the southeast than it will be for us. So unfortunately, I don't have great news. Yes, you saw a cold front, but it's going to have minimal impacts here in South Texas. The next 7 days, we're not tracking much in the way of rainfall for us. You do see more rain, as I mentioned, up into the Midwest, the Mississippi River Valley, the Ohio River Valley, those locations getting that moisture being fed up ahead of that storm system, and they're going to get more rain. Meanwhile, that moisture stream setting up more so over East Texas, leading to at least a little bit of rain that way. You'll see it here. So there's not much moisture when that energy moves into South Texas. Then the energy sets up and the rainfall and the moisture is in more so East Texas. So tomorrow we do have a chance of rain, but it's more so anywhere between Corpus Christi and Houston, and that's a very isolated chance at best. So you'll see Thursday, maybe Friday, a 10% chance of rain. I do think we have more cloud coverage. Again, that's the opposite of yesterday. So yesterday we had more clouds between Corpus Christi and Brownsville. Tomorrow we're going to have more clouds between Corpus Christi and Houston.